Hi Nandi. As you know, in the last video we were discussing about exercise 9.2 and first two question we discussed. Okay, and you can understand that this online class is not like a real classroom environment. When you are in a real classroom environment, when you feel doubt at that time, at that moment itself, you can ask me doubts. But I am not there with you. But when you are learning, so when you are learning this kind of question, you may feel doubt because I can understand that. As I said, since the chapter is very simple, the question solving is a little bit difficult. So what you can do is, when you are learning, if you feel doubt, just call me and clarify the doubt. That is only one way in front of us. Are you following me? So please do preparation like that. And let me tell you one thing. After this session, so after learning the concept, once in a week or twice in a week, I will conduct live class, and through live classes I can check whether you learn the concept or not. So things are going to be in a serious way, so take the things in that way. So sure, let me tell you once again, let me remind you once again, I will ask you question through live classes. So learn well, practice well. So once you feel doubt, you just make a call and clarify the doubts. So let me go to the third question. Please watch the video well. See, this is a third question. P and Q. P and Q are any two points lying on the sides DC and AD respectively of parallelogram ABCD. What it means? P and Q are the 2 points where it is lying. The P and Q, these 2 points are stands on the sides, what, DC and AD respectively of a parallelogram ABCD, and show that area of triangle APB is equal to area of triangle BQC. So let it be anything. I have to draw a figure according to this question, because in the question there is no figure. The figure is not given with this question. So my aim is to draw a figure first. Okay, if the question is out of 4 mark, once you draw a figure, you will get minimum half mark. Maybe you will get 1 mark also if the figure is correct. So we have to draw a figure, and anyway parallelogram ABCD is there, no? So let me draw a parallelogram ABCD first. This is the way how to draw the figure. This is the parallelogram ABCD. We have drawn a parallelogram ABCD. And what is next? P and Q are the points on DC and AD. That means P is on DC and Q is on AD. P is on DC and Q is on AD. So P is on DC. So P is somewhere here. So we cannot say P is the midpoint because it is given that P is just on DC. So P can be here, P can be here, P can be here, P can be anywhere. Let it be P here. P is on DC and Q is on AD. So Q is on AD and let it be somewhere here. It doesn't mean Q is the midpoint. It doesn't mean P is the midpoint. P can be anywhere, that should be on DC. Q can be anywhere, that should be on AD. That much only. And it describing what we have to show, that. So this much things are given in the question. This much things are given. So these things are included in the given part. And what we have to prove, what is the question? Show that area, it stands for, it read as area of triangle APB is equal to area of triangle BQC. So what we have to show? We have to prove that area of triangle APB, that means triangle APB's area is equal to, we have to prove that triangle APB's area is and triangle BQC's area are equal. So anyway, we have to we must come to know about where triangle APB and where triangle BQC is, isn't it? In order to prove this, we must come to know about this. Where is this triangle APB and where is this triangle BQC? So where is this triangle APB here? APB is not directly given, but we can draw APB. How? See, just join APB. You will get a triangle APB. See, this is your triangle APB, and which is next triangle BQC. How you can draw that? See, just join B, Q and C. You may understood. So what we have to prove? We have to show that area of this triangle APB, area of this triangle is equal to area of BQC, this triangle. In short, we have to prove that area of this triangle is equal to area of this triangle. How we can show area of this triangle and area of this triangle are equal? Think about that. So in order to prove that, let me write given, then to find, then to prove, then proof. This is the steps of writing proof in a geometrical question. Since the question under geometry, we have to prove, if the question is to show it, to prove that, we can write these steps. So which is the given thing? So these are the given things. What? P and Q are on the sides DC and AD. What? P and Q are on DC and AD. So this is the given thing. What we have to find out? Okay, to find and to prove both are equal. What we have to prove? Area of triangle APB is equal to, this is the question, area of triangle BQC. Then let me come to the proof. Okay. So in order to prove this, what I am going to do is, I am going to calculate area of triangle APB and area of triangle BQC separately. That means what? What I have to show? I have to show that area of triangle APB and area of triangle BQC. So this is the thing I have to show. So what I'm going to calculate is, I'm going to calculate area of triangle APB and I'm going to calculate area of triangle BQC separately. Then I will check whether they are equal or not. Okay. So what is area of triangle APB? I'm going to calculate the area of triangle APB. That doesn't mean I'm going to use the formula. I'm going to use a theorem which we have discussed. Okay. So I repeat once again, I'm going to calculate the area of triangle APB doesn't mean I'm going to use the formula half into BH and all. I'm going to use a theorem which we already discussed. Now, here the question is, here we have to concentrate about area of triangle APB. See, APB is this triangle, no? See, this is your triangle APB. And you just forget about the second triangle. You just forget about the triangle BQC. Forget it completely. You just think about triangle APB, this red triangle, because this is the thing we have to concentrate. This red triangle and this parallelogram. Think about this triangle and this parallelogram. Forget about the second triangle. Think about the red triangle and the parallelogram. What is the specialty of that red triangle and the parallelogram ABCD? Both are on the same base AB and both are in between the same parallels. So you may understood. I'm going to concentrate about area of triangle APB. So I'm not going to use half in BH and all. I'm going to use a theorem which we have discussed. In order to use that, think about think about triangle APB. This is your triangle APB, red. I used to mark it with the red, and think about that triangle and the parallelogram. Forget about the second triangle. When you consider that red triangle and the parallelogram, you may understood that both are on the same base and between same parallel lines. Then the area of that triangle should be half of the area of the parallelogram. We already discussed by using a theorem. So can I write area of triangle APB as half of area of parallelogram ABCD? Yes, of course. That is what the theorem we discussed. Because if a triangle and a parallelogram are on the same base and between two same parallel lines, then area of the triangle should be half of the area of the parallelogram. So that means here triangle APB, and parallelogram ABCD are on the same base and between same parallel lines. So area of triangle APB should be half of the area of the parallelogram. You may understood. So what reason you have to write in the bracket? In the bracket you have to write the reason. Why? Because this triangle and the parallelogram are on the same base and between the same parallel lines. So area of the triangle should be half of the area of the parallelogram. We used that theorem here. You may understood. Let it be of your first expression. What your first expression says? Area of triangle APB is half into area of parallelogram ABCD. Okay. And now let me concentrate about area of BQC. Area of what? BQC. Now, in order to discuss about area of triangle BQC, now you just concentrate in BQC. Triangle what? Triangle BQC. Now just think about the triangle BQC. Think about the triangle BQC. Forget about the first red triangle. Now we just think about the triangle. Forget about the first triangle and start thinking about the second triangle BQC. So this is your triangle, this is your required triangle and the parallelogram. Okay, think about the triangle BQC. Forget about the first triangle. Think about the triangle BQC and the parallelogram. What is the specialty of that triangle and the parallelogram? Both are standing on the, I told you, if you want you can consider AB as the base, if you want you can consider BC as the base. Now I am going to consider BC as the base. Now we just see this triangle BQC and the parallelogram are standing on the same base BC. I told you, as your wish you can change the base. That means BC you can consider as the base of the parallelogram. If you are considering BC as the base of the parallelogram, then of course BC is the base of the triangle BQC also. In that way we can conclude that this triangle BQC and the parallelogram ABCD are standing on the same base BC. Both are on the same base BC, no? If you consider BC as the base, yes, both are on the same base BC. And in between the same parallel lines, see, this parallelogram and this triangle are on the same base, no doubt. And in between the same parallel lines, see, these are two parallel lines, no? Anyway, this is a parallelogram, no? Yes. Anyway, this is a triangle, no? Yes. Both are on the same base BC and both are in between same parallel lines. These are two parallel lines. So in that way, if you consider like that, what we can say, since both are on the same base and in between same parallel lines, area of the triangle should be half of the area of the parallelogram. You may understood. Okay. So what you can write, area of the triangle BQC should be what? Half of the area of what? Parallelogram ABCD. Why? Because you can write the reason again. What? Because they are standing on the same base BC and between the same parallel lines. So let it be a first equation, let it be a second equation. You may understood. So according to the requirements, we will change the base. Here we consider the base as AB, here we consider the base as BC, that much only. Okay. Now we just compare the first expression and the second expression. What you can conclude? And let me tell you one thing. If A is equal to B and if some C is equal to B, then this is your first equation. Suppose this is your first equation, this is your second equation. By comparing this first and second equation, you can come to know about that A and C are equal. Why? Because A is equal to B and C is equal to B. In both equations, RHS side become equal. Then LHS also should be equal. If A is equal to B and C is equal to B, since RHS is equal, A should be equal to C. So here you just consider the first equation and the second expression. See, in both expression, RHS is half into area of ABCD, half into area of ABCD. Both are equal. So by comparing first and second expression, what we can say, since RHS is equal, LHS also will be equal. That means area of triangle APB should be equal to area of triangle BQC. So what we can conclude by comparing, or we can write what, in view of first and second equation, what we can conclude, since RHS is equal, LHS also should be equal. That means area of triangle APB should be equal to area of triangle BQC. Hence the proof. This is the thing what we have to prove. You may understand. See, the fourth question is discussing. Now we discussed third question. Now let us come to the fourth question. In the fourth question, this is the figure according to the question because it is already given in the question. In the fourth question, it says that it is describing about a triangle ABCD. Sorry, it's a parallelogram ABCD, and in the interior portion of the triangle, parallelogram ABCD, and in the interior portion of the parallelogram ABCD there is a point P in this way. That means P lies in the interior portion of the parallelogram. That means P is in the inside of parallelogram ABCD, and this is only one condition given. So which all the condition given? ABCD is a parallelogram and P is inside of that. Okay, what we have to show it out in the first question. Two sub questions are there, only two sub question, and what the first sub question says. First sub question says that area of triangle APB plus area of triangle PCD is equal to half into area of parallelogram ABCD. And the second sub question is area of triangle APD plus area of triangle PBC is equal to area of triangle APB plus area of triangle PCD. Don't get confused or don't get tensed by seeing this question. Very simple to solve. So let me come to the proof. Okay. Listen. I have to prove that first one. I have to show that area of triangle APB plus area of triangle PCD is equal to half into area of ABCD. See, area of triangle APB. So first of all, you have to think, where is triangle APB? Where is triangle? What we have to prove? We have to prove that area of triangle APB. That means just calculate the area of triangle APB, then plus calculate the area of triangle PCD. When you add that both areas, you will get the half of area of ABCD. That we have to show. You may understood that this question says that just calculate area of APB and PCD and add it, then you will get the half of the area of the total parallelogram ABCD. Okay, so where is this triangle APB? See, APB, this is your triangle APB. And where is this triangle PCD? See, PCD, this is your triangle PCD. You have to show that when you add area of this plus area of this, you will get the half of the area of the parallelogram. That we have to show. So in order to prove that, I'm going to draw a line here. I'm going to draw a line through P in this way. Pure construction. Let it be some FG. That means I'm going to draw a line through P, that is FG. Just draw a line. You may understood. So once again I'm going to explain. I have to prove that area of this triangle plus area of this triangle is equal to half of the area of the entire parallelogram. In order to show that, I need a construction. What? I need a construction. So when you construct something, you can write construction. What I constructed? Draw a line FG through P. Draw a line FG through P such that FG is parallel to AB and FG is parallel to DC. That means, it means that draw a line FG through P means FG is passing through P. We have drawn that. So when you draw that, that line should be parallel to AB and that line should be parallel to DC. That much only. That line should be parallel to AB and that line should be parallel to DC. That means നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ ചെരിച്ച് വരയ്ക്കാനൊന്നും പറ്റില്ല. നേരെ ഇതിനും പാരലായിട്ട് നേരെ വരയ്ക്കണം. അത്ര മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ. വേറെ കൺഫ്യൂഷൻ ഒന്നുമില്ല ഇതിൽ. ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ Now you just see, you just think about this triangle APB. Now you just think about the triangle APB and the parallelogram ABGF. Can you consider ABGF? Let me draw with a red marker, then you will get understood. So which triangle you have to consider? You have to consider this triangle. See, you have to consider this triangle. Okay, this triangle you have to consider. And which parallelogram you have to consider? See, this is the parallelogram you have to consider. This small parallelogram, not big parallelogram. This is the parallelogram you have to consider. Which is the triangle you have to consider? This is the triangle you have to consider. Which is the parallelogram you have to consider? This small parallelogram you have to consider. Compare that triangle and this small parallelogram. What is the specialty of that triangle and both the parallelogram, small parallelogram ABGF? What is the specialty of this triangle and this small parallelogram? Both are standing on the base AB. See, parallelogram is on the base AB and triangle also on the base AB. Both are on the base AB and both are in between same parallels. That means area of this triangle should be half of the area of the parallelogram. Why? Because that triangle and parallelogram satisfying the condition on the same base and between the same parallel lines. So area of this triangle should be half of the area of the parallelogram. This parallelogram. You may understood. Okay. So we have to write in weights. So what all those things I have to consider? Tell me. I have to consider triangle, that smaller triangle APB, and which parallelogram I have to consider? Which parallelogram I have to consider? Small parallelogram ABGF. If you consider that triangle and parallelogram ABGF, what you understood? Both are on same base. What? Same base AB. Both are on the same base. What? AB. And what? In between same parallel lines, and both are on the same base and in between same parallel lines. Since they are on the same base and in between same parallels, what we can say? Area of the triangle should be half of that area of the parallelogram. by theorem, isn't it? So since they are on the same base and between same parallel lines, what we can conclude, I can easily conclude that by the theorem. What that theorem says, if a triangle and a parallelogram are on the same base and between the same parallel lines, the area of the triangle should be half of the area of the parallelogram, isn't it? So by applying that theorem, what we can say, area of triangle APB should be equal to half of the area of this parallelogram. What? ABGF. Let it be a first equation. Area of triangle APB should be equal to half of the area of the parallelogram ABGF. Let it be a first equation. Now you just think about this triangle. Now you just think about this triangle. Are you following me? And the parallelogram DCGF. Think about this triangle and the parallelogram DCGF, this small parallelogram. What is the specialty of this triangle and this parallelogram? Both are on the same base DC and in between the same parallel lines. So here also similarly we can use the theorem which we have applied in the upper portion. Same theorem. In order to apply the theorem in the upper portion, we consider AB as the base. Why? Because triangle and parallelogram ഇരിക്കുന്ന ബേസ് എ ബി മാത്രമാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് എ ബി എടുത്തത്. ഇപ്പം എഫ് ജി മുകളിലത്തെ പോർഷൻ നമ്മൾ പഠിച്ചപ്പം എഫ് ജി ബേസ് ആയിട്ട് എടുക്കാത്ത എന്താണ്? കാരണം എഫ് ജി എന്ന ബേസിലല്ല ട്രയാങ്കിൾ ഉള്ളത്. ട്രയാങ്കിളും പാരലോഗ്രാമും കോമൺ ആയിട്ട് ഷെയർ ചെയ്യുന്ന ബേസ് ഏതാണോ അതാണ് എടുക്കേണ്ടത്. അപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ ഏത് ബേസ് എടുക്കും? ഡി സി. വൈ? ബിക്കോസ് ട്രയാങ്കിൾ ഈസ് ഓൺ ദ ബേസ് ഡി സി ആൻഡ് പാരലോഗ്രാം ഓൾസോ ഇൻ ദ ബേസ് ഓൺ ദ ബേസ് ഡി സി. ആൻഡ് വാട്ട് ഈസ് ദ സ്പെഷ്യാലിറ്റി? ബോത്ത് ട്രയാങ്കിൾ ആൻഡ് ദിസ് സ്മോളർ പാരലോഗ്രാം are on the same base DC and between the same parallel lines. So here also we can apply the same theorem. Okay. So what we have to write here, similarly. So I am going to use the word what similarly. What this similarly means? What is the condition we applied here? Same condition we are going to apply here. So we don't want to write all those things. We can write similarly. Similarly, what we can say? Area of what? Triangle area of triangle PCD. You may understand which is triangle PCD. See, this is the triangle PCD. Area of triangle PCD should be half of the parallelogram. What? Half of the parallelogram DCGF, isn't it? Area of the triangle PCD should be half of the area of the parallelogram DCGF. Why? Because the triangle PCD and the parallelogram DCGF are on the same base DC and between the same parallel lines. നിങ്ങൾ ഈ ചെറിയ ട്രയാങ്കിളും ഈ ചെറിയ പാരലോഗ്രാമും എടുക്കുക. അത് രണ്ടും ഓൺ ദ സെയിം ബേസ് DC and between the same parallel lines. So area of this triangle should be half of the area of this parallelogram. That I have written here. I used to similarly, so no need to write this reason and all by using theorem. Here we explained in words. No need to explain. Same again. We used to similarly. Okay. Now we just compare the first and second equation. Now we just consider the first and second equation. I'm going to add the two equations. I'm going to add the first and second equation. How we can add two equations? We have to add LHS, then equal to. We have to add RHS, isn't it? So let me add LHS first. What LHS says? Area of what? Triangle APB. LHS of the first equation plus LHS of the second equation. What that? Area of triangle PCD is equal to. Then RHS of the first equation. What is that? Half into area of ABGF. Then plus RHS of the second equation. What is that? Half into area of DCGF. You may understood. These are the LHS of the first and second equation, and add the RHS of the first and second equation we added. Okay, now we just see it become, what is the area of triangle APB plus area of triangle PCD? Just write as it is. Area of triangle APB plus area of triangle PCD. Area of triangle APB plus area of triangle PCD. Left side as it is, because we cannot expand it. Left side as it is equal to, that means LHS I maintain as it is, no change, is equal to this side. No, can I take half outside? Of course. Why? Because half is common in both time. Just take outside. What will remain? When you take half outside, what will remain? In the first time, area of ABGF will remain plus In the second time, area of DCGF will remain. You may understood. Okay. Then what is area of ABGF plus area of DCGF? Area of ABGF plus area of DCGF. Area of ABGF means this much portion. See, area of, I will show you. Wait. So once again, let me explain. From the by adding first and second equation, LHS add and RHS add. LHS keep it like that by adding, and RHS, can you take half outside? Yes, you can take half outside. Then inside the bracket, area of ABGF plus area of DCGF will come. And what this area of ABGF stands for? Area of ABGF. Area of ABGF means, see, ABGF, area of that. That means this portion, this entire portion will come. Area means the entire portion. So ABGF. And what this area of DCGF stands for? DCGF. That means this entire portion will come. So when you add this both entire portion, what we will get? The total area of ABCD you will get, no? This is the area of the first portion, this is the area of the second portion. When you add it, what we will get? Total area of ABCD, isn't it? That means here we can write what? Half into, we found that area of ABGF plus area of DCGF is complete portion of area of the parallelogram ABCD. See, we reached into the proof. See, we prove that area of APB plus area of PCD is equal to half into area of ABCD. See, area of APB plus area of PCD is equal to half into area of ABCD. Hence the proof for the first question. You may understood. And in order to prove the second one, we had to prove that area of APD plus area of PBC. Area of APD plus area of PBC is equal to area of APB plus area of PCD. See, this is the second we will prove. Now, area of APD plus area of PBC. That means what we have to show in the second sub question. In the first sub question, we have shown that area of APB plus area of PCD is equal to half into area of ABCD. Okay. In the second sub question, we have to show that area of APD plus area of PBC. That means area of the triangle APD and area of the triangle PBC. Just add it. What we have to show? It is equal to area of APB plus area of PCD. You have confusion. So, you this right side area of APB plus area of PCD. Right side. That's area of APB plus area of PCD. That's half into area of ABCD in the prove. That is the right side we already conducted. That's the conducted. In the conduction, that is this prove the sadhanathinte right side we prove. In the left side, right side mele right side in a simplify simplify right side expression prove. Okay. This plus this is equal to this plus this prove this already simplify this plus this half into area of ABCD this plus this. Okay. That means I am going to think about what is area of APD plus area of PBC. What is area of APD plus area of PBC? So in order to calculate what is area of APD plus area of PBC, let me write as it is. Area of APD plus area of PBC. In the first sub question, I explained in step by step process. But whereas in the second sub question, I am not going to do so, because in the first sub question we understood many things. So by using that concept, let me reduce the number of steps in the second sub question. Okay, I think when we reduce the number of steps, you will get understood very easy when the steps is minimum. Okay, so let me use that method. So what I am going to calculate area of APD plus area of PBC. What I am not going to see why I told you no, there is no need to calculate the RHS side, because it is already simplified. Because in the first sub question we already simplified that, and we got that area of APB plus area of PCD is nothing but half into area of ABCD in the first sub question. See, so I am going to simplify LHS only. What is LHS? Area of APD plus area of PBC. So area of APD plus area of PBC. So which is the triangle APD, which is the triangle PBC? This is the triangle APD. See, this is the triangle APD and this is the triangle PBC. This is your triangle PBC. In the first sub question we have drawn a line like this, but whereas in the second sub question I am going to draw a line like this, and let it be your some HK. What? HK. Let me name the line as HK through P. So what construction we need? What construction we made? Construct HK. Construct HK that we made. Okay. So after that, you just consider this triangle. You just consider which triangle? Let me use blocking. You just consider triangle APD and the parallelogram AKHD. Consider the triangle APD. This is your triangle which you have to consider, and which is the next parallelogram you have to consider. You have to consider this parallelogram AKHD. Compare this triangle and the parallelogram. What is the specialty? Tell me very fast. Both are on the same base and between the same parallel lines. Which is the same base they are sharing? AD. AD is the same base. AD is the base of the triangle and AD is the base of that parallelogram, and they are between the same parallel lines. So which theorem can be applied? Area of the triangle should be half of the area of the parallelogram AKHD. By which theorem? We have discussed the theorem. If a triangle and a parallelogram are on the same base and between the same parallel lines, then the area of the triangle should be half of the area of the parallelogram. So obviously here also area of this triangle should be half of the area of this parallelogram. That means area of APD instead of area of APD. Instead of area of APD, what I can write now? Area of APD will be half of the area of the parallelogram, isn't it? That means instead of area of APD, I can write half of the area of that parallelogram. Which parallelogram? AKHD. AKHD, half of the area of. How we got area of APD as half of the area of AKHD? Because we found that from this figure, this parallelogram and this triangle are on the same base and between the same parallel lines. So area of that triangle should be half of that area of the parallelogram. You may understood. Plus, similarly, think about triangle PBC. PBC. This is the triangle you have to think, and now you just think about this parallelogram. This is the parallelogram you have to consider, and this is the triangle you have to consider. This triangle and this parallelogram, think about that. Both are on the same base BC and between the same parallel lines. This parallelogram and this triangle are on the same base BC and between the same parallel lines. So obviously area of that triangle should be half of the area of this parallelogram. That means area of PBC should be what? Half of area of which parallelogram? HCBK. HCBK. You may understood. Okay. So we found that area of APD plus area of PBC is nothing but this plus this. You may understood. Now which is common here? Half is common. Take outside. What will remain? Area of AKHD plus area of HCBK. What we did? We just took half outside, that much only. So it becomes half of. Now we just think about area of AKHD. Think about what? Area of AKHD. Think about area of AKHD. Okay. So area of AKHD. Where is AKHD? See, AKHD. Its area means this portion. This portion. You mean that means the complete portion. This paper stands for this complete portion. This complete portion. Okay, this complete portion. And next is area of HCBK. Which is HCBK? HCBK. That means this complete portion. This complete portion. So when you add this portion, and area stands for complete portion. Area stands for complete portion of that figure. That means area of AKHD means AKHD is complete portion. Then HCBK is complete portion. So when you add that complete portion both, when you add this portion plus this portion, what we will get? We will get the entire portion of ABCD, isn't it? We will get the entire portion of area of ABCD. When you add this portion and this portion, we will get area of ABCD. You may understood it, isn't it? So let it be there. Okay. Now what we proved? Area of APD plus area of PBC is equal to what we proved just now. Area of APD plus area. We proved. We just now we proved that. What we proved? Just now we proved that what? Area of APD plus area of PBC. isn't it? See, area of APD plus area of PBC. Area of APD plus area of PBC is equal to what we have proved? Half into area of ABCD, isn't it? Half into area of ABCD. Let it be a second expression, and you can let it be a first expression. Okay, and the second expression I'm going to take from the first sub question. We already proved that in the first sub question. We already proved, isn't it? What we proved? Area of APB plus area of PCD is equal to half into area of ABCD. So just let me rewrite it as the second expression here. We already proved this first sub question. We already proved, so we can easily consider that. So which is that? Area of APB plus area of PCD is equal to what? Half into area of ABCD. This is your first sub question. We already proved that, so let it be a second expression. Now we just see the first and second expression. RHS side is equal in both expressions, so we can equate LHS side. That what it means? Area of APD plus area of PBC. Area of APD plus area of PBC is equal to what? Area of APB plus area of PCD. Area of APB plus area of PCD. See, we came to the proof. See, we have to prove that area of APD plus area of PBC is equal to area of APB plus area of PCD. See, area of APD plus area of PBC is equal to area of APB plus area of PCD. They are equal. You may understood the proof. So you may understood the proof, and let me tell you one thing. This kind of proof is a little bit boring. I can understand that it is not so interesting, just like Heron's formula, isn't it? It is not so interesting like linear equation two variable. This is a little bit theoretical based concept. That means this is under geometry. That in geometry session you have to expect more questions to show that, to prove that. So in order to show that question, listen my words carefully. In geometrical chapter is not much interesting as the chapters like Heron's formula or linear equation two variable. You know why? Because in geometry chapter, we have to expect the questions like show that, prove that. In those questions, we cannot use in some question, at least in some question, we cannot use our own techniques, our own method of solving. We have to go for a specific method like this. Just now we discussed, no? So you may feel in some doubts, സാറിന് ഇങ്ങനെ ഇതൊക്കെ മനസ്സിലായത് ഇങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ ചെയ്യണം, സാർ ഇതൊക്കെ ഞങ്ങൾ ഓർത്തിരിക്കും, എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് സാർ അവിടെ ലൈൻ വരച്ച് വിടും, അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ സംശയങ്ങൾ വരും. അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ സംശയങ്ങൾ വരുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ തളർന്നു പോരെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ, ഇപ്പം ഇങ്ങനെ ഈ ചാപ്റ്റർ ഇങ്ങോട്ട് വരച്ച് ഇങ്ങനെ തിയറിയാണ് മൊത്തം മനസ്സിൽ നിൽക്കുന്നില്ല, ചാപ്റ്റർ വിട്ട് കളഞ്ഞേക്കാം വിചാരിക്കരുത്. കാരണം 10th ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ചാപ്റ്റർ. പക്ഷേ ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ചാപ്റ്ററിന് അഡ്വാൻറ്റേജ് എന്താണെന്നറിയോ? ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ചാപ്റ്ററിൽ ഇതേ സെയിം ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ആയിരിക്കും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മാക്സിമം എക്സാമിന് ചോദിക്കുക. അല്ലാണ്ട് ഹെറോൺസ് ഫോർമുലയിൽ സെയിം ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ തന്നെ ചോദിക്കണമെന്നില്ല. ഹെറോൺസ് ഫോർമുലേൻ്റെ കോൺസെപ്റ്റ് ഉപയോഗിച്ചിട്ട് വേറെ ഡിഫറൻറ്റ് ടൈപ്പ് ഓഫ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ചോദിക്കാം. ലീനിയർ ഇക്വേഷൻ ടു വേരിയബിളിൻ്റെ അതേ ഇൻടെക്സ്റ്റ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ തന്നെ പരീക്ഷയ്ക്ക് ചോദിക്കണമെന്നില്ല. കാരണം എന്താ, വേറെ ആയിട്ടുള്ള വേറെ മെറ്റീരിയലിൽ നിന്ന് അതുമായിട്ട് അതേ കോൺസെപ്റ്റ് ഉപയോഗിച്ച് ചോദ്യം ചോദിക്കാം. പക്ഷേ ഈ ജോമെട്രീൻ്റെ പ്രത്യേകത ഇൻടെക്സ്റ്റ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ തന്നെ എക്സാമിന് വരുള്ളൂ 99%. ബാക്കി 1% എനിക്ക് പറയാൻ പറ്റില്ല. പക്ഷേ 90% അല്ലെങ്കിൽ 98% the question should be, they should select the question from the in-text itself, because they know that geometryയിലെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് കുട്ടികൾക്ക് ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടാണ്. അപ്പോൾ ടെക്സ്റ്റ് ബുക്കിലെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് എങ്കിലും ചോദിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അതെങ്കിലും അവർക്ക് മര്യാദയ്ക്ക് പഠിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അതെങ്കിലും അവർക്ക് എഴുതാമല്ലോ എന്നുള്ള രീതിയിൽ അങ്ങനെ ചോദിക്കും. അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ 100% എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞില്ല, അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ 99% അല്ലെങ്കിൽ 98% എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ളൂ. ബാക്കി 2% നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എക്സ്പെക്ട് ചെയ്യാം ഔട്ട്സൈഡിൽ നിന്ന്. പക്ഷേ 98% ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ചെയ്ത ഇൻ ടെക്സ്റ്റ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ, ടെക്സ്റ്റ് ബുക്കിൻ്റെ ഉള്ളിലുള്ള ആ ചാപ്റ്ററിൻ്റെ അകത്തുള്ള ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ മാത്രമേ ചോദിക്കുള്ളൂ. അപ്പം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അഡ്വാൻറ്റേജ് എന്താണ്? ഈ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ഒക്കെ ഒന്ന് പഠിച്ചു വെക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഈ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് എങ്ങനെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എഴുതാമല്ലോ. അപ്പോൾ എങ്ങനെ പഠിക്കണം? മലയാളത്തിൽ പാട്ട് പഠിക്കുന്ന പോലെ ബൈഹാർട്ട് പഠിക്കരുത്. എങ്ങനെ പഠിക്കാം? നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ബൈഹാർട്ട് പഠിക്കരുത്. ഇതേ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ തന്നെ ചോദിക്കുന്നത് വിചാരിച്ച് ബൈഹാർട്ട് പഠിക്കരുത്. മനസ്സിലാക്കുക, എവിടെ ലൈൻ വരയ്ക്കണം എന്നൊക്കെ ഒന്ന് ജസ്റ്റായിട്ടൊന്ന് നന്നായി മനസ്സിലാക്കി വെച്ചേക്കുക. ആ കോൺസെപ്റ്റ് ഒന്ന് പകർത്തി വെക്കുക. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മനസ്സിലായി അല്ലേ എവിടെ ലൈൻ വരയ്ക്കണം, അപ്പോൾ ഏത് പാരലോഗ്രാം ഏത് ട്രയാങ്കിൾ കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യണം എന്നൊക്കെ ഒരു ഐഡിയ കിട്ടി അങ്ങനെ കണക്റ്റ് ആയിപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെ പഠിക്കുക. Okay, so there is no other way in front of us. We have to learn it well, because what you cannot avoid this chapter, since it is comes under geometry section. You may think that let us avoid this chapter. Don't do that, because how many chapters in that way you can avoid? In 10th standard also even geometry chapters are there. So I told you the advantage of the geometry chapter is in the board exam or in the main exams, they will select most of 90% of the question from the in-text question in the geometry chapters. But don't expect they will only select in-text question from all chapter for all chapters. For chapters like Heron's formula, chapters like linear equation two variable, they will choose extra questions. But geometry chapters, most probably we have to expect in-text question. So please spend time, please practice at least in-text questions. So I know that you may feel bored, you may get tensed. I'm not getting the idea, I'm not confused. So you can ask me, you can call me and ask me your doubts and clarify all your doubts. Anyway, we are forced to learn this. Just learn this. Okay, have a nice day.